and we're acting. We've cut taxes on incomes, capital gains, and housing. We have a super deduction in place for write-offs of all investment, a host of clean energy tax credits. We're catalyzing $1 trillion in investment over the next 5 years in energy, AI, ports, and new trade corridors.
What you just heard is the ultimate geopolitical bypass. As the White House readies a massive 25% cross-border tariff, Prime Minister Mark Carney just neutralized the leverage. He locked down a $1 trillion Japanese investment pipeline. Canada is officially leaving the American tech umbrella. Ottawa is building an unprecedented trade bridge connecting the Indo-Pacific directly to Europe. The United States is left entirely out of the equation. This move changes the entire trade map. Washington is looking inward, focused on heavy border restrictions and economic pressure. Meanwhile, Ottawa is sprinting across the globe to secure sovereign wealth. And they are moving fast. Just days after locking down a $2.6 billion energy deal in India and absorbing Australian funds, Carney is in Japan. Japan is an economic giant. They already conduct over $40 billion in trade with Canada. But Carney is not in Tokyo just to talk about cars. He is there to permanently restructure the global defense supply chain. The message to the financial market is crystal clear. Canada will not wait to see what Washington does next. Ottawa is building a highly independent network. They are offering aggressive deductions for capital investment. They are deliberately targeting the industries of the future. This actively dilutes Washington's economic leverage. When a nation controls its own tech and energy, foreign tariffs lose their power. But how exactly is Carney pulling this off? For decades, Canada relied heavily on the United States for advanced technology. That era is over. Carney is moving to secure critical minerals, quantum computing, and sovereign cloud capabilities directly with Japan. This is about national security just as much as it is about the economy. Listen closely to the specific sectors Carney targets next.
Secondly, we are strengthening our economic security with robust supply chains and strategic technologies, consistent, Prime Minister, with the insights of your book, what you've long argued about the importance of strategic economic sectors. That means reliable access in space-based communications, semiconductors, rare earths, SMRs, fusion, clean energy technology, AI, and sovereign cloud.
Notice the specific sectors he just listed: space-based communications, semiconductors, rare earths, sovereign cloud. This is a direct pivot away from relying on Silicon Valley. By partnering with Japan, Canada secures its own access to the technology that will run the next century. Washington can threaten tariffs on steel or aluminum. But if Canada controls the critical minerals and the AI infrastructure, the balance of power shifts permanently. Japan desperately needs reliable energy. Canada needs advanced technology and foreign capital. It is a perfect, highly strategic match. It leaves the United States completely out of the technological loop. But if you think securing Japanese tech is a massive blow to U.S. tariffs, stick around. Because what Carney announced at the end of this address completely rewires the global trade map, and Washington won't see it coming. He also confirmed a massive defense strategy to back up this economic shift. Canada is unleashing over $500 billion in investment over the next decade. They are doubling government investment in next-generation defense research. Canadian and Japanese armed forces are already patrolling the Asia-Pacific together. They are establishing new cyber defenses to rapidly detect attacks. While the White House operates on unpredictability, Carney is locking in agreements with stable allies. Let us look at the sheer scale of this resource move. Over 10% of the food imported into Japan already comes from Canada. Now Carney plans to double liquid natural gas exports by the end of this decade. Canada is stepping up as the premier supplier to the entire Indo-Pacific region. This creates a massive, reliable revenue stream. It has absolutely nothing to do with the United States border. This is exactly how a middle power navigates economic threats. You open entirely new markets that are hungry for what you have. Canada is expanding its cooperation within the G7 Critical Minerals Alliance. They are building independent processing capacity. They are moving up the supply chain. The Tokyo address contained one move that completely reshapes the global system. Carney is not just connecting Canada to Japan. He is building a permanent economic bridge over the United States. He is linking the two largest trading blocs in the world, with Canada acting as the central hub. Watch exactly how he laid out this unprecedented strategy.
The third priority is to strengthen our already significant trade and investment relationship to a new level. And that's close collaboration to connect the Trans-Pacific Partnership and the European Union trading bloc, something we'll discuss this evening.
Connecting the Trans-Pacific Partnership directly to the European Union. This is the ultimate geopolitical bypass. Canada is a prominent member of both massive trade zones. The United States is not. By acting as the strategic bridge between Asia and Europe, Ottawa secures a central, irreplaceable role in global commerce. If Washington wants to raise economic walls, Canada will simply build massive trade corridors around them. This severely dilutes the impact of any American tariff. It gives Canadian businesses direct access to billions of consumers in Japan, Europe, and beyond. This is a structural shift in global trade. The contrast between the two North American nations could not be sharper right now. One nation is talking about closing borders and taxing allies. The other is securing $1 trillion investment pipelines and connecting continents. Carney's strategic visit to Tokyo proves that Canada is actively repositioning itself as an independent economic power. The Indo-Pacific is now the undeniable foundation of Canada's new financial firewall. If you want the sharpest, objective analysis of the geopolitical shifts shaping Canada's future, you need to subscribe to Canada SR. We break down the trade deals, the policy shifts, and the real impact of every strategic move. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Is Canada's strategy of global diversification enough to bypass the impact of U.S. tariffs, or does Washington still hold the ultimate leverage? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.